The GRLI is a partner-based organization, companies and business schools working together on the question of what do we have to do to create a new generation of globally responsible leaders. We're here at ESSEC, which is a number of things. It is a general assembly of the GRLI, because we meet as an organization of partners somewhere in the world twice a year. It's also a partnership with Golden. The idea of the 3 days here is to focus on the agenda of deep sustainability, driving change at the level of the individual, the organization, and the system in which they operate.
Responsibility begins with having a clear sense of your environment in terms of not the natural environment only, but also in terms of the people, in terms of the society where you are operating. So it begins with that mindfulness. You are not operating within your little box and trying to optimize your sales or your profits or whatever. So you are mindful of the field you are operating in.
+50 is an initiative that basically challenged itself to come up with a radical new vision for management education. The reason why it says 50 is because 50 years ago, in 1959, the Ford and Carnegie reports kind of provoked a major transformation in business schools. That was so successful that today we believe we need to change it again because it has actually been too successful. So we say after 50 years it's time for a new vision. And the +20 stands there to say 20 years ago business has understood that they need to be involved in helping sustainable development, contributing to sustainable development for a sustainable world.
This event is looking at leadership and the next generation of leaders. We're trying to provide an environment, some space for people to think about themselves, to reflect on who they are and what kind of leader they are and what kind of leader they can become.
I am Norwegian Pakistani and I'm studying in England. I'm representing GRLI Ambassadors Society from Anglia-Ruskin, England. I have learned a lot of new things here, and personally I do believe in magic of dialogue and sitting together and discussing ideas, because that's the only way when we can find how similar we are, although we look different. I believe that it might solve a lot of problems, and it might also help us to see things and issues around ourselves in a more holistic way.
To be a GRLI ambassador, you need to be a student at a business school or an institution that is part of the GRLI, or a new manager in a business, and you need to have a passion to make the world a better place.
What we believe is that there's nothing that can create change as much as a community that knows what it cares about. That's a quote from Margaret Wheatley, but it's a very powerful quote. So we've been inviting people to talk about their passions and talk about what they want to achieve for the future, for themselves, for society and for the world.